Imagine one morning you wake up to see that the Sea of Thieves YouTube page is posted. You click on it and your wildest dreams come true. A PvP game mode called Arena was coming. But what was one of the biggest factors leading to the rise of Sea of Thieves turned out to have a very unfortunate demise. When it was released, Arena was a huge hit and was on the up and up to become one of the poster children for Sea of Thieves. New updates being added, new content being produced, new players flooding in, it was a smash hit. But it got too big for Rare to handle, leading to the events that dominoed into what we know as the collapse of Arena. What led to its uprising? Why was it too big to handle? What happened during its downfall? I'll be going over all of those questions in today's video. Even before Arena's release in April of 2019, when it was introduced in the trailer that dropped November 10th, 2018, people went to social media to voice their concerns and upsets. One worried player stated that this was going to split up the player base and provide hope to the believers of PvE servers. Another player took to the Sea of Thieves Reddit and voiced their concern that this game mode didn't add anything to your everyday player and neglected what the game was, a sandbox. A Rare production director actually replied to this and said that while it is a new game mode, they promised that they won't lose focus of the core premise of the game, and that promise they sure kept. The Arena game mode was introduced on April 30th, 2019 during the anniversary update. It was a competitive game mode for people who wanted the thrill of ship combat. It introduced siblings DeMarco and let's just cover that up. And Lassetti, who were the founders of the Sea Dogs, the company representing the new game mode. When starting Arena, you're shoved into the glorious Sea Dog Tavern where you can relax in a frickin' hot tub while you wait for the other crews to battle. Once you start, you have one objective: get the most amount of silver. You get silver by doing a multitude of activities such as hitting cannon shots, digging up treasure, handing in treasure, killing a player, and so forth. At the end of your 15-minute round, whoever has the most silver wins. It was a very simple premise and many players loved it. And this solved lots of problems that PvP players had. Instead of sailing around for 2 hours hoping to find a ship that might not even fight back, you could join Arena mode and have an entire every crew from themselves battle with 5 boats in the span of 15 minutes. And since it was 15 minutes, it solved the problem of wanting to play Sea of Thieves but only having a short amount of time to play. Not only did this help PvPers, but it also helped the PvEers because they had a little bit of pressure off their shoulders now that the PvPers were off doing Arena. Arena helped teach players how to be a crew and how to handle their own crew roles, and because of that, it gave birth to the NAL, or Notorious Arena League. Because of all these factors, Arena was a huge hit with the Sea of Thieves players. A couple of years of continuous updates such as the addition of sloops in the arena and damage to the wheel, capstan, and sails, YouTubers making videos about it, actual competitive battles, Arena was at its all-time high. Nothing could bring it down. Except, maybe... Now that Arena had been out for a while, it started to get a little too competitive. People who had stuck with the game mode had gotten really good at it. And nothing's wrong with that, unless you trash talk. It had gotten to a point where it got too competitive and too toxic that new players shied away from the game mode, causing less traffic than Arena.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Driving away good business isn't a good thing, right? So Rare made a risky move. They decided to shut off mics in the Arena game mode. Lots of people disagreed with this move by Rare and went so far as to call it the death of Arena. Because of this move, more people decided to quit playing Arena because communicating with other crews was part of the fun. And on top of this, Rare decided to let Xbox players have a choice to play with other Xbox players instead of the mixed bag of Xbox and PC players. This meant an increased wait time for PC players because more people have an Xbox than a PC. So players would go to Adventure to settle for the 2-hour session with minimal boats. And finally, the nail in the coffin, Rare decided to discontinue major support like new content updates to the Arena mode so that they had more time to help their main sandbox mode. So in the end, the production director was right, but this wasn't the end of Arena, right? I mean, there's so much more to it and it was such an inspiring
result of this, and with our plans in mind for the future, we've made the difficult decision to close Arena in Sea of Thieves.
The Arena closed. Only 2% of the player base was playing it at this point, which meant it was time to put Arena to rest. But you know what they say, as one life ends, another begins. Arena paved the road for Season 8 to become something huge, and without the death of the Arena, the Skeleton and Ghost Curse may not have become a thing. Season 8 is what Arena was, a PvP-focused update adding in new NPCs, new factions, new lore, and new PvP updates. So don't be sad that it's over, be happy that it happened, or whatever they say. And watch this video next if you want to learn the rare sales that you can still get in Sea of Thieves.